Hola, eso bueno, estamos de regreso en Genshin Impact del último episodio. No recuerdo. Sí, hicimos parte de misiones y vimos el nuevo traje de Ganyu y el nuevo traje de la otra tipa, cuyo nombre no recuerdo. Y ahora vamos a elegir nuestro personaje de 4 estrellas para... Creo que estaba dentro de la pared ese cacho de hierro. Vamos a elegir nuestro personaje de 4 estrellas y vamos a continuar con la historia principal de las misiones. Así que eso. Espero que no se vaya la luz porque está lloviendo. Pero nah, no creo. Viendo mi suerte va a pasar. Seguramente, pero bueno, no debería afectar a la grabación, pero definitivamente me sacaría del juego. Entonces esperemos que no ocurra. Pero bueno. Vale, entonces estuve pensándolo un poco. Tampoco tanto. Estuve pensando un poco y decidí al final por... Ahora van a ver. Aquí. Al final me decidí en recoger a Yanfei. Más que nada porque, a ver, me encanta Xinja en el diseño y todo eso. Pero sé que en algún momento la terminaré teniendo en algún banner, por algún motivo. Entonces, algún día ocurrirá. Pero muy seguramente no la utilice, porque su escudo no es bueno. Y tengo muchos personajes con escudo. Bueno, no muchos, no. Pero tengo 2 personajes de escudo muy bueno. Entonces, voy a ir por Yanfei. Y si la consigo en una buena posición, si la consigo en C6, puede incluso que la tenga como un main secundario o algo así. Así que no está nada mal, pega bastante. Así que eso. El único problema de ella es la resistencia, pero justo la constelación que voy a recibir ahora me evita ese problema. Así que Yanfei, invitar sus personajes. Te aseguro que quieres invitar a Yanfei y esto puede hacerse solo una vez durante el evento. Así. Y ahí está. Pum. Bien. Aparte, le tengo cariño porque es mi primer main del juego. Así que eso. Bastante bien. Ahora vamos a hacer el evento porque es bastante divertido. Es muy divertido. Así que eso. Sobre todo visualmente. Es muy cool visualmente. Voy a hacer de noche, yo creo, para que se vea más cool, ¿no? Todavía, diré yo. Sí, vamos a hacer de noche, ¿por qué no? Ahora, atardecer. Sí, ¿por qué no? Tururón, tururón. Vale, hay un cofre ahí. Oh. A recoger una estratagema, apaciguamiento. Las linternas a ciegas se transformarán cada cierto tiempo en linternas de paz, las cuales puedes recoger para obtener más puntos. Bueno, o sea, ¿me tengo que esperar o...? Bueno, lo que lo elijo solo me está diciendo. No sé. Bueno, vamos allá. Entonces me tengo que esperar a que cambien. Nice. Bueno, no sé, pensaba que me tenía que esperar. Igual y... vale. Igual y no eran específicamente esas, no sé. Ahí, vale. Ve este lugar, qué bonito se ve. Ve esto, qué bonito está. Es que qué bonito. Es muy bonito. Este evento me encantó la vez pasada. Seleccionar desafío. A ver. Aparte te dan un huevo de recompensas, lo cual está muy bien. Y aparte siempre están súper accesibles. Siempre están al lado de un punto de teletransporte, lo cual los hace muy convenientes. Y también ayuda a investigar zona. En plan, hey, por aquí hay algo y tal. Recoger una estratagema, euforia pirotécnica. aparecerán unas linternas, pero técnicas especiales que se pueden mover y obtendrás el doble de puntos durante el próximo salto de carpa. Oh, nice. Bueno. Entonces igual ya sí que cambia la hora sola, porque decía lo que descansas y todo esto. Entonces, igual no sé. Vamos para que suba esto. Ahí. Bueno, ahí, creo que es aquí, no sé. Hay una zona cool por aquí con cosas. Ahí. 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 Cuando dice perfecto abajo es porque los conseguí todos. No sé cuál es mi rango de esto. Qué cool esta zona. Oh, ahí. No sé si puedo... O sea, igual y puedo voltear atrás, pero no sé si convenga. Vale. Si no sale de oro... Vale, bien. Vale, nice. Ahí. 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 Oh, este ya es el penúltimo. Qué rápido, ¿no? Es súper rápido. Vale, ahí. A ver si encontramos la zona esta que quiero enseñar otra vez. Igual está en el último, o igual es este, no sé. Esto, por cierto, parece Aranara. Completamente. No sé si sea Aranara, pero parece un huevo. También esa zona de allá adentro parece Aranara. No sé si lo sea. Estamos cerca relativamente a Sumeru, ¿no? No sé, esto es Sumeru. Esto de aquí en medio, no sé qué sea, la verdad. No sé qué es esto del medio. No sé si han dicho qué es esto, pero... Igual es la nueva zona, no lo sé. La nueva región, quién sabe. Sé que por aquí arriba está de las últimas zonas, la donde están los malos. Oh, sí, los malos. Pero no sé cuál es la zona ahí en medio. Es muy pequeña. Igual sí que es una región, pero... Bueno, no es, sí, es pequeña, no sé si es la nueva región. Igual y sí, quién sabe. Igual y sí, pero va más para abajo, puede ser. Nice. 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 Qué cool. Oh. A ver si puedo. Nice. Si no latino me pierdo esos puntos. Ahí. Ahí. Me espero a que... No, ¿verdad? No. No, confundo los verdes con los que cambian de tal. Ay, mal. No latino. Va, nice. Pues el último. Voy a ver si... No, igual y no es... No, estamos al lado del anillo este, ¿verdad? Sí, estamos al anillo este. Seguir... Aquí no hay viaje rápido. No, está este, que no está lejos, pero bueno. Es raro porque literal todos estos ahora tenían el teletransporte justo al lado. Vamos por allá. Sí, esto es zona normal de... ¡Oh, es ahí! ¡Oh, es ahí! Vale, vale, vamos allá. Igual ya esto ya nos lleva, ¿eh? Sí, muy seguramente esto ya nos lleva. ¿Por qué hay un lobo ahí siendo atacado? No, tenemos que ayudar. A ver. Normalmente no hago esto, pero... Ya que estoy... Ya que estoy tan cerca y estoy grabando, ¿por qué no parecer una buena persona? Ahí, aparte es sencillo, con los personajes que tengo. Estos de aquí, los que tenían el escudo este de piedra, eran lo más complicado del universo para mí. Súper, súper complicado. Porque no tenía personaje. Bueno, tenía Yanfei que no podía hacerle nada de daño a su escudo, no más mínimo. Y no le puedes hacer daño mientras tenga el escudo arriba. Entonces era súper complicado. Súper, súper complicado. Hay más.
Emerge right here.
Ahí sigue avanzando. Uno sigue vivo allá atrás, pero bueno. Lo vamos a ignorar. Vamos allá. Entonces era súper horrible. Solo podía hacerle daño si estaban... Solo les podía hacer daño si estaban en... dándome la espalda, que eso es bastante complicado, porque no pasa seguido. O si están en... ¿cómo se llama? O si el escudo ya se les fue. Que literal tenía que cambiarme de personaje. Porque no se podía cambiar. O sea, literal no había forma de hacer daño. Igual uso esas plantas, ¿puede ser? No parece. Un rábano ahí. Oh, what the fuck. No alcancé a leer lo que decía abajo. No necesito ver. Me tapa la vista con tierra, pero no necesito ver. Para nada. Esto automáticamente va hacia al más cercano. Vale, entonces esto no era una misión. Esto era... O sea, no era una misión de estas. Porque hay veces diariamente. Hay misiones que... Ah, esto lo iba tirando. Vale. Hay misiones que diariamente... Bueno, no sé si son diarias o cada cierto tiempo. Hay misiones por ahí que literal es... vas por ahí y al azar llega un señor y es como... Oh, no, necesito... Me están atacando y no sé qué, y le ayudas. O, oh, no, necesito entregar esta carta o esta cosa y no sé qué, y le ayudas y tal. Entonces... Está aquí abajo. No sé. Ah, sí que está. No sé qué es esto, la verdad. O sea, no sé para qué sirve. ¡Oh, está arriba! ¿What? ¿Dónde? No la vi. A ver. Y creo que no te dan nada valioso en específico. No me acuerdo. Tiene mucho que no hago uno. Por eso mismo. Pero es cool. Recuerdo mucho al inicio del juego hacer todas esas cosas. Ah, vale, ¿es ese? Sí, parece que sí. Recuerdo mucho al inicio del juego hacer misiones de por ahí del mundo. Y las dejé de hacer porque no tengo mucho tiempo. Pero me encantaría seguir haciendo porque hay varias cool. Y te recompensan y todo. Ahí. Oh, me había esperado, no. Ahí. Me espero. Vale, aquí es más de paciencia que los otros. Ahí. Un teletransporte. Me gustaría quedarme aquí para activarlo, pero bueno. De hecho, esta zona no he estado, creo. Además no recuerdo. Ahí. Vale, sí, aquí hay que tener mucha más paciencia. O no, en algunos. Vale, y termino en esta, de otra de pescado. Oh, what the fuck. Pero esta ya la hice, ¿no? ¿O es la que acabo de...? Sí, vale. O no sé. A ver. Igual aquí me sale. A ver. Pensaba que como esta misión se desbloqueaba cuando conocías a la tipa esta, iba a ser una misión en plan de hacer un cometa. De hacer cometas por ahí. Pero parece que no. Ah, vale. Pues les enseño la zona esta. Que creo que es este teletransporte. Sí, es esto. Está flotando. Bueno, no sé si flotando totalmente. Ah, no, sí, está flotando. Sí, ¿no? ¿Qué es? Pues sí. Vale, eso está flotando. Vale, no todo está flotando, pero varias cosas. Y ve esto, es súper cool. ¿Llego a eso? Sí. Y aquí... Ahí está, esto es súper cool. Es súper, súper cool. Me gusta un huevo. Es súper genial este lugar. Me gusta un montón. Ah, ¿por qué ese pescado tiene...? Ah, igual hay una misión aquí. De... ¿Por qué ese tiene una bolita y los otros no? Igual hay una misión relacionada a esto. Ah, es probable, ¿eh? No he hecho absolutamente nada. No he hecho absolutamente nada de aquí. Estas no sé para qué sirven. Pero ya tengo alguna que otra. No sé para qué son. Vale, pues vamos a hacer la misión. Que sigue. No sé si la última, pero debe ser de las últimas. Vale, ya completamos absolutamente todo. Ya tengo 17 coronas. No he usado coronas casi. Creo que he usado 2 nada más. Una en... de ella y otra en... Coley. Y creo que ya está. A ver. Y... Vamos allá. Me pregunto que... o sea, no me ha parecido tan larga esta línea de misiones del evento. Pero no recuerdo si simplemente... No me acuerdo bien de la anterior, pero recuerdo que la anterior era algo larga. No larga, sino lo normal. Esta está siendo más corta que yo por ahora, me parece, no sé.
Hi, Coming! Paimon sees you've certainly gotten an early start this morning. Playing games already, are we? Who won this time? You the one buying dim sum again?
Hey, when you put it like that, it makes it sound like I'm always the one losing.
Ah, perfect, you're all here. There's an important commission I need your help with.
¿Quién eres tú?
All right, I've got the time. Where are the goods?
It's not just goods this time. I need you to escort a tea merchant and their wares from Chaoying Village to Liyue Harbor. A very important client has requested to meet with him.
Sure. What's this merchant's address?
Here.
Es su padre.
If the client's that important, then this must be a very crucial, very pressing commission, right?
Es su padre.
Of course, the sooner you complete it, the better. I would advise you to depart as soon as possible.
Es su padre.
All right, don't work too hard now, Longjo. We'll set off then.
Es su padre, seguro. O no, igual y no tiene nada que ver. Es otro misterio de su pasado que no sabemos. Oh, me teletransportó aquí, qué bien.
You're a bit quiet today, Coming. Oh, do you want Paimon to tell a story?
Eso estaría cool.
We're almost there. I'll take a rain check on that.
¿Puedo trepar? Vale, sí. Se me hizo raro, pensaba que no me dejaban trepar. Voy a conseguir eso de ahí arriba. No sé para qué son, pero... Ahí. ¡No! Adiós. No sé, me dijo algo de pescar, me da igual. A ver. Hasta ahora todas las zonas y arcontes, creo, tienen una relación con un árbol, ¿sabes? El primero tiene toda una parte de la historia, es debajo de un árbol súper importante. Después, para él. Después, aquí en Liyue no hay tanto, pero, o sea, no en la historia principal, pero sí en una secundaria donde hay un árbol que es donde se sella el... Se selló un dragón de piedra raro. Y en el tercero es muy importante. Y en el cuarto todavía más.
Dad?
Oh, sí, sale, vale. Jeep Tac.
Oh, so you're Coming's father. It's nice to meet you. just leave this delivery to him. Trust Paimon, he's got this in the bag. Gaming is super good at what he does. Everyone at the Secure Transport Agency says as much. Even the Ministry of Civil Affairs has nothing but good things to say about him.
Creo que estoy intentando
Seems like
demasiado
you've made some
fuerte.
sort of name for yourself, at least.
The goods are all in order?
Yes, they're all here.
A ver,
Then let's get going.
está trabajando para su padre, ¿sabes? Si su padre estuviera trabajando para él, sí sería más como de, ajá, lo conseguí, pero está
A
trabajando para
very
su padre.
important client has asked for you by name. You kinda have to come with us. Paimon doesn't know how we would explain ourselves if you just didn't show up. Plus, you'd be missing out on a huge money-making opportunity.
I see. I suppose I will have to trouble you all to escort me, then.
Ah,
Let's go.
cierto, que esto lo había planeado la mena esta de los lentes. No me había acordado. Ya tiene tiempo que grabé eso. Ah, tampoco mucho, pero... Vale. Este de transporte ya está. Esto supongamos que caminé todo eso. ¿Por qué no lo voy a hacer? Y creo que nadie lo hizo, pero jamás, nunca. Pero bueno. Este, por cierto, este es un hotel, creo. Es un lugar cool. Aquí vive un men. Que es que es como la grulla esta, pero no es una grulla. Un adeptus.
Been walking for so long. Is anyone tired? How about we stop and rest for a bit?
I'm fine.
Oh, me paré sobre las flores, what the fuck.
Gaming, don't you usually have some delicious snacks on you? Come on, bring them out so we can share them.
Oh, ¿y esos
Fine.
mens?
Thank you.
¿Por qué están en negro?
But the winter melon cake he gave us last time was so delicious. Have you ever tried it before, Mr. Ip?
Paimon,
Creo que lo está intentando muy fuerte Paimon. Y lo entiendo. What the fuck es esto? ¿Hola? Igual
Is
es...
it just Paimon, or is there something weird about those hilly trails over there?
Se ven más
Paimon
malignos.
thinks so too. We've seen plenty of hilly trails before, and they're always the bad guys.
No realmente,
This
pero
is
bueno.
different.
No quiero hacer
Uh-oh.
spoiler tampoco,
This
pero
is
no
right
son
by the
malos.
Longshuin, too. Oh, the guests are in great danger. Now that we've seen it, if we don't do anything about it, Paimon will feel really guilty. Let's go take care of them.
Pero no sé qué... ¿De qué misión es esto o qué? A ver. El engaño del ladrón de las estrellas. What the fuck es esto? Este es de un... de amistad, porque hay misiones que son de amistad, como estas. A lo mejor es... Ah, sí, es de él, vale, sí. Vale, es la misión de él. Estas son misiones extras que te... que son como... que te conectan más a los personajes. Curiosamente, estas de acá son de los personajes de 5 estrellas. Estas de acá son los personajes de 4 estrellas. Me gustan mucho más las misiones de los de personajes de 4 estrellas. Porque son como juegos de novelas gráficas. Que te sale un texto, tienes que elegir. Y dependiendo de lo que eliges hay un final diferente. Y tienes que hacer cosas. Esto es una misión como cualquier otra del juego. Entonces por eso me gustan más las otras. Mucho más. Pero bueno. Esta. Voy a dejar esta para después. A ver. ¿A dónde había que ir? Se me fue. A ver. Voy a volver a abrir esto. Porque le di a la V. Porque soy imbécil. y quise para ver qué era eso. Ahí está. Ah, vale. Aquí adelante. Ya iba a ir directo a Live.
this place looks nice and open. Why don't you all rest here for a
Hay
second?
un hotel a 10 metros de aquí. ¿De qué hablas?
What about you? You're not going to join us?
I'm not tired. I'll keep watch.
Hay un hotel a...
Oh,
Bueno, en fin.
Just let him go.
Supongo que la idea es que el padre
We'll just
vea
share amongst
el
ourselves
festival.
then. Did you
¿Y
know,
cómo baila
Uncle
su
Ip,
hijo?
that the flavor of these cakes changes depending on...
Halt! Who goes there?
Oh, tiene la espada esta
It
de...
appears that one's movements were overly conspicuous.
Oh, lo están fingiendo.
Enough of your music.
ser
Focus on the matter at hand.
ladrones de estos.
Present your
A ver.
exquisite ornaments at once.
Indeed.
Nice.
Bring them
Ningún
forth
ladrón habla
readily and
así.
without protest.
Ningún ladrón habla así.
What do we do?
Pueden impresionarlos, ¿sabes? Estos mens tienen poder súper
It seems
alto.
as if these two are acting alone. It won't be difficult to subdue them, but they might have something else waiting in store for Dad. The best way to keep him safe is... Leave this to me. I'll handle them. Traveler, Paimon, take my dad and the goods away from here.
No, Coming. It's too dangerous.
¿Y cómo
This
sabes?
is what I do.
Está guiando el ojo. Qué
A
cool.
thorny foe indeed. Let us depart and seek a target softer in blows and disposition.
Nadie.
Uh-uh.
En fin.
Don't think I'm gonna let you off so easily.
Oh, no. Está la grulla ahí detrás.
Let us away.
Coming!
Don't worry, he's a great fighter.
Ah, es buen personaje de 4 estrellas
I've
para
even
ser.
seen him take down a dozen or so treasure hoarders all by himself.
Sí.
But Coming,
No sé cómo le puede creer a Paimon, pero bueno.
if he had just stayed by my side and learned the family trade, he wouldn't have to put himself in such dangerous situations.
We just have to trust him. Let's go on ahead. We'd best get away from here, in case there are other bandits.
Oh,
in the
desapareció la
area
grulla.
waiting in
Estaba ahí
ambush.
atrás hace un rato. Ya no está. Ah, y vuelve a estar ahí.
All is going to plan.
Ah, se cambió de lugar. Ahora está en el agua. Bueno.
Okay, we should be good to stop here.
Oh, es Morax.
Youngly? Oh no, what is
Tiene
he
una
doing here?
cometa. Qué cool. Oh.
Good sir,
Oh,
please
qué cool.
listen to me. Reel in your line and leave this place as quickly as you can. There are bandits in the area.
Si superas con quién estás hablando. Este es Jebus, pero de aquí. Qué cool que le añadieron una animación de...
Acting in broad daylight.
La voz de ese señor es increíble, por cierto.
Oh,
La voz de este tipo es increíble. Pero bueno.
I see. It appears many people are catching a chill as of late. If your throat is bothering you, Paimon, perhaps some tea and rest are in order.
No sé si entendía, pero bueno.
No need. Paimon's fine. She just had some cake stuck in her throat.
Nice. ¿Se dio cuenta y sigue fingiendo que no sabe nada? No, creo que se dio... Sí, creo que se dio
If
cuenta.
there are indeed bandits in the area, then we should inform the Millilith at once.
Vale. Ok.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, such matters are best left to those with the necessary expertise. Wouldn't you agree?
La voz de este tipo es increíble.
I suppose you're right. If ordinary people like us got involved, we would only cause more trouble.
Since we find ourselves otherwise unoccupied in this beautiful area, why don't we find a quiet place to relax while we wait for good news?
That would be lovely.
Estaría cool si Morax se encuentra con sus amigos bandidos estos. Sería un poco raro en este momento, pero... Estaría cool ver cómo interactúan. Aquí, este es el lugar donde consigo manzanas yo. Hay un huevo. Y son fáciles de conseguir. A ver. Aquí. Aquí no había bandidos. No, esto es de aquí, ¿no? Del Agua, creo. No sé, no me acuerdo. Creo que sí.
So, Uncle Ip does have a reason to be worried. After all, Gaming, the guard we mentioned, is his son.
Gaming. The name sounds somewhat familiar.
No, también lo conoce.
Yes. That is the name of the Usho dancer who has been performing around Liyue Harbor recently, is it not?
Sí.
Oh, have you seen him perform?
Indeed. I cannot help but admire his skill. He truly encapsulates the spirit of the Suani.
Y él
Wushu
sabe,
dancing
men
has
sabe.
become more well known in Liyue Harbor recently. However, although performers are seeing budding success, they have no doubt had to face many hurdles along the way. Ones not so easily understood by spectators such as ourselves. If you ask me, what truly deserves admiration is perseverance in the face of adversity. That is a rare attribute indeed. I have heard many of my acquaintances praise Gaming for his kind, selfless, and courageous disposition. To have a child so
Men sí le
accomplished
debería
and
creer
upright,
más.
you must be a very proud parent indeed, Uncle Ip.
Porque es como un random que se encontraron por ahí por pura casualidad, ¿sabes? La cara de...
Seems like Johnny has decided to skip the formalities.
Well, he's a hard worker. Yes.
You should be sure to tell him you think that when he gets back.
Your son is young yet. It's normal for someone his age to be a bit hot-headed. It's understandable to find talking about such things in person difficult. If there's a particular sentiment you wish to convey, perhaps we could pass it along for you.
¿Y esta montaña de atrás?
It
¿Estas
wouldn't
son
be
las
right to
nuevas?
ask that of you.
Desde aquí no se veían eso, creo.
This thing between us has festered for many years now. In truth, there are some things that simply aren't easy for us to talk through. I've been in the tea business for most of my life, and I always hoped my child would do the same. Otherwise, how would he support himself? Over the past
Lo está
few
subestimando
years,
bastante.
I heard how well he was doing for himself as a guard. How his work was taking him to farther and farther off places. I also heard that he never gave up on wushu dancing. It made me happy. But I was also worried. When you're young, you can handle all that physically taxing work and manual labor. What young person isn't capable of making a living that way? My concern is what happens when you get old. Every time I get to thinking like that, I cannot help but be
Te haces el jefe de la compañía donde que envía cosas de los mercaderes.
I was right not to give in. I often regret introducing him to wushu dancing as a kid. If I had known how things would turn out, I would have never taken him to see those performances in the first place.
It is only natural for a parent to strive to send their child down the right path. No one would begrudge you that sentiment, Uncle Ip. You need not worry.
You seem quite young, Mr. Zhongli.
Ah,
Yet
si
you
supieras,
speak with such
es el más
wisdom.
viejo de los
Perhaps
dioses.
I have misjudged your age.
Your words are too kind. Truth be told, one of my old friends has several grown daughters. Rather than fretting about their future,
Habla de la garza esta.
she prefers to let them find their own way.
Then she's more easygoing than I could ever be. I fear I lack such an open mind.
Estas tazas tienen muy poca resolución.
I
No sé
meant to
qué
say
se supone que es
earlier,
esto de acá
there is no
abajo.
need to be so polite. Feel free to call me by my name, Iptak.
Sure.
So, do you also think I fret too much, Mr. Zhongli?
That's not exactly what I was hoping to convey. Only a fool would ask a parent not to worry about their child. But think of it this way. Raising a child is not unlike flying a kite. Hold the string too tight, and it can no longer soar. As my friend once said, if your children are aiming for the stars, clipping their wings will only cause them to come crashing down. You need to let out the line for a kite to soar.
It seems I was too stuck in my ways.
You need not reproach your heart for caring. You simply need to loosen your hold a little. Indeed, with such a big heart, why not allocate the time you usually spend worrying about Gaming to the pursuit of other things? Like going for a stroll.
Oh, está la
drinking
tipa
tea,
garza aquí
or
arriba.
taking in the scenery.
Ah, no, no es.
Never know what surprises
Es
could
que
be in
una garza
store.
pienso que es ella. Igual y
Things
es, pero
can
no
change
creo.
in the blink of an eye.
The blink of an eye, you say? Do things change so quickly?
Children grow up in quite the same way, do they not? Day after day, year after year, sometimes in the blink of an eye, but always when you least expect it. As a father, I'm sure you know that best.
Yes, you can say that again. 1 second, Gaming was a kid. The next thing I knew, he was ready to fly the nest.
Zhongli certainly has a way with words.
Ahí viene. ¿Sabrá que es Morax? Gaming.
Oh, Gaming is back.
¿Sabe que Zhongli es
Hey,
el
Gaming, we're over here.
Dios? Es Morax.
Dad, Traveler, Paimon.
Ya que sabe que el otro era un
Oh,
Adeptus.
and Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Bueno, no
You're
sé.
here too?
A fated meeting indeed. We were just enjoying some pleasant conversation.
Lo dudo porque como dijo, ah, sí, creo que me suena, ¿sabes? Pero no sabía quién era Gaming
Is everything
exactamente.
resolved?
Entonces no creo que sepa.
You could say that.
A menos que le dijera a
What
la
does
tipa
that
esta.
mean?
Traveler, Paimon, come with me. I need to talk to you.
¿Se dio cuenta?
Oh, okay.
¿O no? Estamos ¿Sabe que los contratamos
I'll
entre
come right out and
comillas?
say it. Those two bandits, you sent them, didn't you?
Sí, queríamos matar a tu padre.
So,
Somos espías, veníamos a matar a tu padre. Por eso nos
Can't look me in
acercamos
the eye, huh?
a ti desde el inicio.
Guess I'm right then.
okay. But how did you know?
At first, their mannerisms seemed a bit stilted. But once I got close, it was obvious that they possessed great skills. I was right on their tail, and it should have taken only a few steps to catch up to them, yet somehow, I was never able to close that distance. People with that level of skill would have gone about things differently from the start, like sneaking up on us while we were distracted. Unless, of course, their real motive was to lure me away from the group all along.
Wow, you're pretty quick on the uptake.
I just have a lot of experience. I've dealt with many a ruthless bandit in my time, but I've never seen ones like them. In the end, I told them they would make good guards if they ever wanted to get back on the straight and narrow, and that they could hang out with me in Liyue Harbor anytime.
You ever consider you might be a little too good at making friends?
I'm guessing you guys were trying to help resolve things between my dad and me?
No, queremos matar a tu padre, por eso te dejamos.
I appreciate it, I really do. But this conflict between us has been going on for a long time. Even if those two were real bandits, and I was able to subdue them and show them what I was capable of, it wouldn't change anything.
A ver, que
You've seen the way he talks.
Zhongli ayudó bastante.
It's not like that at all. Your dad really cares about you. You should see the way he talks about you when you're not around. Zhongli was talking things through with him, and he nearly agreed to let it go. You don't believe us?
He won't let it go. He can say as much as he wants to other people, but he won't talk to me. I'm certain of it.
You told us you wanted to prove
Oh, siguen
yourself to your
hablando.
dad.
Ahí viene ruinas
What
aquí
did you tell
atrás.
us about all the hard work you've done these
Bastante
past few
cool.
years?
La misión es bastante larga, pues bastante
Will
cool.
that even do anything?
Estas ruinas de acá.
I'm not sure talking is enough.
You won't know unless you try. Just like how you won't know if something is delicious unless you taste it.
Eso es cierto.
Listen to us. It's time to put these people skills to good use. You can make friends with anyone, so why not your dad?
Tiene ahí mucho sentido. Paimon ahí. No pierde nada por intentarlo. Estas
I'll do my
estructuras de
best.
piedra las creó Zhongli.
You are very knowledgeable, Mr. Zhongli. I'm impressed.
En una pelea, creo.
Despite my being in the tea industry
Por eso se
for
ven tan
several
raros.
decades, it seems I still have much to learn about the art of tea tasting.
You flatter me. It was nothing but a few humble musings.
How much tea have you drank since we've been gone?
El lagarto ahí corriendo en círculos y se va.
Ipduck and I have found many a common interest. Our friendship, much like a cup of tea, seems to grow stronger the longer it has to steep.
Well said, Mr. Zhongli. Gaming, Mr. Zhongli is very knowledgeable. You should take the opportunity to learn from people like him when you're in the city.
Huh? Oh, of course.
Ahem. Zhongli?
I have very much enjoyed our conversation, Ipdak, but I, unfortunately, have some unfinished funeral parlor business to attend to.
Oh, I
¿Creen
hope
que
I didn't
Zhongli
keep
va
you.
por ahí matando gente
My
para
apologies for
generar
taking up
clientes
so much of your time,
para la
Mr. Zhongli.
funeraria?
No need to stay on my account. When you're less busy, let's find a time to meet. I'll treat you to dim sum.
It would be an honor.
We'll see you off, Zhongli.
Oh, bueno, ¿lo van a dejar solos?
You two have a nice chat, alright?
Uf, qué nervios, ¿no? Qué incómodo a la vez también. Vale, entonces... voy con Zhongli y ya está. ¿Siguen ahí? Voy a ver qué dicen. Eso por curiosidad. Ahora.
Should we sit?
Sure.
Vaya, qué incómodo. Bueno. Esa es la montaña de hielo que decía, de nieve. Espina dragón, es esa de allá. La primera vez que entras es súper cool. Bueno, al inicio, cuando yo lo vi por primera vez era muy cool. Era como un DLC del juego, del tutorial.
I have been around the both of you for some time now. You could say I have
Y
a
todavía no la
certain level
termino,
of
ni la empiezo, de
expertise in
hecho.
that regard. As for my role in the conversation, think nothing of it. I hardly did anything noteworthy.
You never change, do you? Why did you have us walk all this way? Paimon thought we just had to go far enough to be out of earshot.
A friend approaches.
Hello.
Oh, hola.
So, you're here too?
Este es el men del hotel que digo.
I've been here the whole time. A ghostly kite. Could that elusive Director Who be coming to Wangshu Inn once again? What is she doing here? I suppose it matters not. Given her relationship with Rex, well, Zhongli, I might as well go pay my respects. It's you. I thought you were Director Who.
Ah, your arrival is most fortuitous. Do you want to try out this new gadget?
Nuevo.
The addition of the power source makes the takeoff more stable.
Ah, no, tiene la cosa esta, la
He
máquina de
seems quite
Fontaine.
immersed in the study of this device.
I fear it's almost too stable. It completely negates the pleasure of seeing one's kite sway with the wind. It's a bit of a shame. In truth, I'm here because Director Who dispatched me to purchase some items in preparation for Lantern Rite.
I see. Much like she does every year. Much like she'll do next year, I would imagine.
A ver si el siguiente año hacen algo súper en plan diferente, ¿sabes? En plan,
Am I wrong?
en vez de ser
Why
un
has she once
festival
again sent you
que
out
sea
to buy-
interrumpido por un
what is it,
monstruo o algo
sesame
así.
oil or something?
While we're on the subject, I do wonder why she is so obsessed with using sesame oil in the preparation of mixed vegetable dishes for Lantern Rite. A recommendation from Xiangling, perhaps. What do you think, Xiao?
I've only met Director Who a few times. I'm hardly the best person to ask.
And is that not a sign that you should visit Wangsheng Funeral Parlor more often? It wouldn't hurt to grace the parlor with your presence now and again, when you are otherwise unoccupied. This one here is a traditional kite, one without any equipped mechanical device. Director Who tasked me with studying the differences between the two to determine which one is of greater merit. Many hands make light work. Perhaps you could test out the other kite for me?
All right.
Pensaba que lo estaba haciendo por gusto, pero no. Es literalmente estás
I have
por
made
trabajo.
my comparisons. If speed is what you're after, the mechanical kite is the better choice.
Wonderful. I shall pass that information along to Director Who.
Igual necesito esto yo
I'll leave
también.
these 2 kites with you. Perhaps you can find a few friends with which to partake in the activity. You might find it to be an enjoyable use of your time.
Oh, wait. Who enjoys kite flying?
Well, I would imagine someone of your talent and wisdom is more than capable of finding out.
So, you were testing out the kites for Hu Tao and even roped Xiao into doing it for you? Paimon didn't ask earlier because the situation was awkward.
I would hardly say I roped Xiao into anything. I simply sought the help of a friend. Besides, we did the testing together.
Seems like our pool of competitors is growing. Do
Sí.
you like kite flying?
Nuestra cometa es lo mejor.
I suppose I neither like nor dislike it. Although, watching a kite gradually ascend into the sky does bring me a certain peace of mind. Perhaps they're a bit like shell lanterns in that way.
Kite flying is also a pleasant form of relaxation.
Have you ever thought about making a kite, Xiao? Cloud Retainer taught us how. We can teach you if you want.
There's no need.
Este es como el tipo edgy. Este es como el Sasuke de aquí.
When Lantern Rite is over, come find me near Pervasi's temple if you have the time.
De hecho, este es el tipo de la misión que de los monstruos estos que estaban con el humo negro. La misión es de este men. Okay.
It's getting late. I should go inform Director Who of our findings.
How has she been, by the way? Be sure to say hi to her for us.
The last time I spoke to her, she mentioned that she would be visiting Chaoying Village in a few days. If you have the time, perhaps you could also make the trip. If you happen to run into her, you can pass along your regards in person.
We'll keep that in mind. Take care, Zhongli. See you later.
Ya se me olvidó el nombre de
See you next time.
donde dijo que iba a estar. Pues soy muy malo con los nombres.
Coming.
You can go first.
I don't have anything to say.
Nice. Por eso dijo tu nombre.
Then I'll go.
Yo tampoco tengo nada que
I
decir.
still don't want to leave Liyue Harbor.
Oh. I can't say I support that decision, but... Hey, let me finish before you get all worked up.
Sit, Shenhe, sit. You must be tired from your journey. Shall I pour you a cup of tea, or would you prefer something else to drink?
Qué falso.
No need. I'm not tired.
Me va a fingir ahí. Ahora que eres.
They're gone, Master.
Tú que eres mi hija, haré
The time is
te
nigh for us
apoyaré
to
en lo
make an
que
appearance.
necesites porque soy un padre
Do you remember the plan when
y
recounted
no soy
to
una
you?
basura de ser humano o algo así, ¿sabes?
Yes, Master. We aim to give them a demonstration of familial love.
Creo que Shenhe es la peor persona que puede ayudarte
So
para
I'll
eso,
have
pero
whatever
bueno.
you are having.
All right.
What are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe doing here? Just how many people are involved in this scheme? I suppose all I can do is just take a seat and see what happens.
Perfect. I just so happened to have bought some sunglow tea recently. It's quite the delectable variety.
¿Puedes hablar más
Or it
fuerte?
would
Creo
be
que
if
no
one
te
has not
escuchan.
been forced to drink it every day in the hopes of whittling down one's considerable stash. One has more than had one's fill already. Oh, forget it. Such thoughts detract from the present need to keep up the conversation. Has work been busy during the holiday season? Do you need my help with anything?
Drunk guests can sometimes cause trouble, but I deal with them as you taught me,
¿De qué
by
trabaja
pinning their heads against the table.
Shenhe?
Are Auntie Xianyun and Shenhe serious right now?
O sea, lo estoy inventando y ya está.
Oh dear. While one was busy orchestrating this act, one seems to have forgotten about Shenhe's various eccentricities.
Vaya. Como decía.
What I meant to ask was, have you made any new friends? We live so far from each other. It would be a great comfort to me to know you were surrounded by good companions.
You already know of my past circumstances. Recently, I've been conversing with Guoba in the kitchen at night. Guoba can't talk, but his companionship is a comfort.
Vaya, no está sirviendo de nada.
Child. Her one friend can't even talk. I guess maybe Gaming is not doing so bad after all. Perhaps I've been too hard on him.
Let's move on, shall we? Do you have any
Le hubiera
plans
dicho a
for
Ganyu que le
today,
ayudara,
Shenhe?
pero bueno.
How about we do something fun?
That sounds about right. Take her to do something fun, and perhaps she'll loosen up a bit.
Like we used to do when we would carry stones up and down the mountain from dawn until dusk, picking herbs to eat for dinner along the way. If that is what you ask of me, that is what I shall do.
Su expresión de...
Dad, here, have some tea. Or no, wait, let's not have any just yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I simply can't listen to that any longer. Coming. I'd like to finish what I was trying to say before. I don't support your decision to stay in Liyue
Creo que no ayudó para nada.
because living there
Lo
is
más
too
mínimo.
hard on you. If you come home,
Va a decir, soy un padre
there will be
ejemplar.
people to help you.
Mira
I'm
esta
not
señora,
saying
por
we have to
ejemplo.
live under the
Yo
same
tengo
roof.
razón.
I know our personalities are too similar to avoid butting heads, but you'll have your entire family around you. Your aunts, uncles, they'll all do whatever they can to help. You could get a less taxing job, and we could grab dim sum together from time to time.
Huh. I didn't know dim sum was such an important affair, Master.
¿Eh? What?
Just think about it, okay? You don't have to decide now.
Dad really has changed a lot. He would never have said these things to me before. But thank you, Dad.
No, a ver si mover la boca. Eso que sigue pensando.
It's been long enough, don't you think? Oh, Paimon sure hopes they've made up by now.
No.
Oh, they're drinking tea in silence. That's not a good sign. Did Xianyun's plan not work after all?
No. ¿Por qué escogió a Shenhe para ayudarle? Por algún motivo que no
Sorry we were
entiendo.
gone for so long. We got to chatting with some friends and didn't realize how much time had passed.
Perfect timing, actually. We seem to be just about done here.
Yep, let's go. I'll get the bags.
Gaming has grown a lot taller, hasn't he?
No es la perspectiva, está más cerca que la viajera. O igual sí es más alto que la viajera, no sé. Creo que no, creo que son de la misma altura. ¡Hola! Gente que no conocemos.
Master, did I say something wrong earlier?
Sí.
I tried to go along with your questions, but
¿No
when
lo
I saw how
ensayaron?
you and that man reacted, I started to wonder.
Not at all. Certain unforeseen variables may have presented themselves along the way, but the outcome proved favorable.
No creo.
The plan was a success.
Lo dudo.
Then I helped?
No.
Naturally. Your purity of spirit is one of your greatest strengths, Shenhe. You need not change who you are.
Como miento. En fin. Vamos a... Libro, ¿por qué no? Vamos a entrar desde el otro... Por la puerta desde el otro lado, pero bueno. ¿Qué vamos a hacer? Oh, está Charlotte por ahí. Tiene rato que no la vemos, de hecho.
You must be Mr. Ip! Thank you for coming all this way. My name is Charlotte, and I'm a reporter from Fontaine. You can find me writing for the Steambird. I invited you here not just to purchase your fine tea, but also with the hope that you might be willing to sit down for a short interview. What do you say?
An interview? To advertise my teas?
I suppose you could think of it that way. We Fontainians are big tea drinkers too.
The Fontaine Market. Then I'll need some time to adequately prepare. Perhaps we could sit down and discuss the questions you intend to ask in
A
advance.
ver, no te emociones.
Of course.
Quiero hacerle una entrevista y ya está como de, vender té en ¿sabes? No solo dijo,
Is this person
puedo hacer
also
tu
involved in your
entrevista.
plan?
Es el cliente importante.
And here I thought I had lots of connections. I suppose I've been humbled. You sure know all kinds of cool and important people.
A ver, no tienes ni la más mínima idea.
Huh? What? Auntie Shenyu?
Conozco a 3 dioses ya.
To talk about the next phase of the plan. Let's go while your dad is still distracted.
Entonces, ¿el men este ya forma parte del plan? Tenemos el gaming de nuestro lado.
I take it that all is going well?
No.
Don't worry, Shenyun. Everything is going according to plan.
I knew it. I knew that was all an act earlier. Auntie Shenyun is really something. She was so determined to help me. She didn't even care about making herself and Shanka appear foolish in front of my family. She truly knows how to look out for others. I still have a lot to learn.
As for the next step...
Oh no!
What's wrong, Gami?
Así te que preparar para bailar.
Don't tell me you're the ones footing the bill for all that tea. I can't let you do that.
Oh.
Fret not. Reimbursements will be made.
Exactly. Think of it more as an investment, as Ningguang would say.
Vaya.
We pulled together the Mora so that Charlotte could place the order. She's gonna bring it back to the Steambird as a gift, as well as a sample of the regional specialty. Fontainians will probably fall in love with your dad's tea as soon as they lay their eyes on Charlotte's article. And once all the money from the new orders begin to roll in, getting our Mora back will be a piece of cake.
Oh,
O no.
okay.
O no pasa
Business
eso
related
y
matters
pierden
always seem to go
dinero.
over my head, but I refuse to let you all lose more on my behalf. I'll pay you back right now.
We can talk about such matters at a later date. There are more important matters for you to consider at the moment, are there not?
Yes. I've been thinking about it the whole way here. I have an idea, but I'd hate to cause even more trouble for all of you.
That is for us to decide.
¿Qué tal si atacan toda la aldea y yo los venzo? Y salvo todo Liyue. Y me consideran un héroe.
So, it's like this.
Morak se transforma en dragón otra vez. Ataca la ciudad. Y yo con un dedo lo detengo y lo destruyo.
Let's split up and make it happen.
Se vuelve a caer la cámara de Jade y yo con un dedo también la detengo.
But we also still have the kite flying competition. Since Xiao already tested out those kites for us, why don't we also go buy one of those mechanical thingamabobs or whatever they're called? We can attach it to our kite.
Vale. Nos dijo que era... No sé si la competencia es de velocidad, o sea... No sé muy bien de qué sea la competencia, porque si es una carrera, entonces necesitamos esta cosa para velocidad. Pero no, los cometas no son de eso, ¿sí? No sé, nunca he competido en cosas de cometas.
I see you returned from your trip. I really do have to thank you for all your help from before. Thanks to you, my daughter was able to build a kite with her grandmother that very same day. She even wrote a long letter telling me how much she loved it.
Ah, es la...
Oh.
Sí, es la compañera de Gaming. Oh, qué cool.
I'll be sure to. And are you here to buy a kite? Please, take your pick.
Oh, we already have a kite. We wanted to buy one of those, device thingies from Fontaine. Do you sell them separately?
sí, tiene uno ahí abajo.
Yes. Here you go. Please take it, free of charge. The directions are in the box. It's not hard to install at all.
It doesn't feel right for us to just take it.
Well, nor would it feel right for me to take your Mora. Good luck in the kite flying competition. I'll be rooting for you.
All right then, thank you.
Qué cool. Oh, si esto fuera de noche se vería mejor.
It's done.
Con todas las luces. Uy. Ah, vale, ya lo hace el juego por mí, nice. El juego sabe.
Looks like we finished everything we needed to do. Let's find a good place and put this thing into the sky.
Me encanta la voz de Paimon. Oh, qué cool escena.
Chi-Chi, we're
Oh.
almost there.
La iluminación es súper cool. Oh, está Ganyu. Qué cool.
Come here, allow me.
Qué cool. Estas animaciones. Qué cool. Me encanta cuando Paimon vuela así, libremente y no simplemente está a una distancia fija del suelo.
What's going on?
Se fue la luz, pero bueno. Nos atacan. ¿Se imaginan que si es Morax en forma de dragón? Y eso es lo que digo. Oh, ¿puedo caminar sobre el agua? What the fuck? ¿Creen que está la tipa esta del agua ahí ayudándole, la Furina? Qué cool. ¿Cómo camina sobre el agua? Me pregunto. Qué cool. Qué cool. La primera vez que vemos a ese tipo de escena, ¿no? La iluminación, cómo se mueve con él, está muy cool. Qué cool. No es irrespetuoso que esté pateando las linternas esas, porque no es como mensajes a la gente muerta. No debería... no sé, no me... Oh, qué cool.
Have I taken that many pictures already? I need to load more film.
¿No se supone que son mensajes a difuntos? ¿No es irrespetuoso que los esté pateando por ahí? No lo sé. Oh. Oh.
Wait.
¿Se están cayendo?
Wind.
Qué cool. Qué cool. ¡Oh! ¡Jutao!
Happy Lantern Rite. Happy Lantern Rite.
¿Es su hermana? Ah, no es la... Vale, es la compañera. Su compañera de... Qué cool. Qué bonito.
Cummings' performance was so cool, Paimon almost wanted to join in. You saw that, right, Traveler?
Ya.
Let's go.
Difícil verlo desde aquí, por cierto.
He's over there, talking to his dad.
¿Dónde? ¿Cómo lo ves? The fuck? ¿Cómo lo ves? Se ve un árbol. Difícil. Desde aquí igual y se veía muy cool. Jaja. Fuera. Desde aquí igual estaba por aquí. Desde aquí se ve muy bien. Pero... ¡Ah! Pero verlo desde allá, donde estaba la tipa grulla. Por cierto, las máquinas de Fontaine no deberían haber ayudado a los cometas a no caerse. O sea, sé que si no hay aire que empujar y por tanto se caen. Pero... no sé. Pero es muy cool que hayan hecho eso para que la tipa grulla ayude. Un detalle muy cool.
Little girl. Do you want us to walk you back?
No need, no need. Master is waiting for me right over there.
Sobre todo lo cool de esto, y a ver, es una pena y a veces es cool, que esto se pierde. Si no lo puedes volver a jugar. Estos eventos se van, desaparecen y se esfuman para siempre.
I suppose I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Y es parte cool y una pena a la vez.
I've seen many wuxia dances in my time, but I've gotta admit, what you pulled off there was breathtaking.
Wow. I never thought I'd live to hear you say that.
You're serious about doing this professionally?
Absolutely. I know it'll be difficult, but...
Then it doesn't matter. What I mean to say is, of course it'll be difficult. But if that's your decision, if that's your dream, then it doesn't matter how difficult it is. As long as you put in the work, then any obstacle can be overcome in time.
Qué cool.
Really, when I was young, I also... Actually, how about we save that story of my past for another time? All I really want to say is, I've changed my mind. Much like this kite, you also deserve to soar to new heights.
Dad.
Son.
Son? Haven't heard that
Es lo que iba a decir, que cada vez que siempre le llama por su nombre hasta ahora.
Into me saying all this.
Well, a little bit, yeah.
Anyway, I know I've never found the chance to say this before, but to me, Gaming, you've always been a great kid. All right, that's everything I've got.
Su cabello café de Gaming es entonces natural y lo rojo es como que se lo pinta. Bueno, qué cool.
Seeing the two of them talk things through like this really gives Paimon a sense of accomplishment.
Now go.
No quieres ser sarcástico, si eso fue la opción, pero
are still waiting for you.
Huh? But you came all this way.
I'll be staying in Liyue Harbor for a bit longer. When you have time, we can grab dim sum together. Your treat.
¿Qué es dim sum? No
Dad,
sé qué es.
Honestly.
Go.
Okay, then I'm off. See you soon.
No sé qué es dim sum, pero quiero dim some of this food.
Really?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about.
I'd like to find and thank Auntie Xinyun, as well as everyone else who's helped me out. If everyone has time, maybe we could all get together and go fly a kite.
Qué cool. Qué cool. Vale. Oh, no puedo conectar el multijugador. Es porque está el evento. Supongo. Vale. ¿Cuál es la última? Esto es como... después, ¿no? Después de pasar unos días ocupados, se disponen a visitar la aldea. Ah, es donde nos dijo que iba a estar la otra, ¿puede ser? Oh. ¿Cómo va a completar? Oh. ¿Qué es esto? Anímula Choraki Acto 1. ¿Qué es eso? No la tengo activa, ¿o sí? No puedo... buscarla por nombre. Es que... tienen 3 nombres cada misión, entonces... creo que no la tengo activa. Pero creo que no la tengo activa. No sé qué sea. No tengo nada más ni idea. No sé. Acto 1. Acto 1. ¿Esto significa que es de un personaje? No sé. No, a ver. No. Espera 2 días. De 12 a 16. A ver. ¿Esto contará? ¿O me tengo que esperar otro día más aparte de este? No sé. Esto de acá es... Ah, sí, esto es Inazuma. Son islas que están increíblemente lejos. Esto de acá, todo esto es Inazuma. Súper lejos. O sea, puedes ir caminando o nadando si quieres, pero vas a estar un muy buen rato. Está increíblemente lejos. Súper lejos. Ah, vale, sí. Oh, vale. Pensaba que había acabado de hablar. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué curso de animación? Hicieron un evento hace poco de hacer una película. Y las escenas estaban increíbles. Súper bonitas. Era cinematografía, literalmente. Tenía los planos de cámara maravillosos. Ojalá todas las escenas de este juego fueran así. Estaba súper bien hecho. Sobre todo en la escena final. Súper cool. Está en YouTube. Tiene un huevo de visitas, lo pueden ver. Está súper cool. What?
Huh? Did you hear that?
No.
Sunshine! Blue skies! Good vibes!
What?
Right? So Paimon wasn't just hearing things. That voice sounds really familiar.
La niña esta.
Well, we got the time. Why don't we go check it out?
Soda montaña buscando los gritos. Son ingredientes que suenan deliciosos como almendras de cacao. La voz animada vigoriza tus pasos y los de Paimon. No, Paimon no da pasos. Los brunos rojos llegan a la cima. ¿Quién es? ¿Es Jutao? No creo, ¿no? No tiene voz de Jutao. ¡Oh! Vale. No las conozco. Todavía no llego a esta parte de la historia, no las conozco. Navia, una hermosa joven. No sé quién es, no la he visto. O sea, sé quién es del personaje y tal, pero en la historia no tengo ni puta idea. No he llegado Todavía no he terminado Sumeru. Una hermosa joven de preciosos y relucientes rizos dorados. Con un vestido. Creo que el vestido lo hizo una marca de ropa o algo así, me suena. Al principio puede dar una sensación de que se trata de otra aristócrata anticuada más de Fontaine, pero en realidad es la actual presidenta, líder, directora ejecutiva, portavoz y jefa del gran renombre de Espina di Rosula, no sé. Sin embargo, prefiere que no se refieran a ella con esos títulos, sino como Navia, una ciudadana entusiasta más, conocida por su calidez y optimismo. No conozco a la derecha para nada, nunca lo he visto, creo. Su actitud despreocupada al tratar con... Me muero. Nievedades. Y su disposición a ayudar a los demás a ocuparse de sus asuntos. Creo que vi una escena muy cool con ella. Esta nunca la he visto en mi vida.
Happy Lantern Ride. Happy Lantern Ride.
¿Quién eres tú?
Happy Lantern Ride to you too! Wait, if you're here for Lantern Ride, then what are you doing on top of this deserted mountain? And that voice we heard, that was you, right, Navia?
Oh, impressive. You could tell it was me from that far away. You've got good ears.
That or your voice is just really loud.
Vaya.
Well, of course it is. After all, I'm a boss.
Indeed.
¿Qué significa eso? ¿Qué se supone que significa eso?
Sure is. Having a loud voice is a handy tool when it comes to communication. Wait. That wasn't even Paimon's point. Paimon just wants to know why you two were shouting from the top of this deserted mountain. There was something about almonds, maybe? And buell fruit? Ooh, is it some sort of secret code?
No, it's not a code. The words are meaningless.
Perhaps, but the act of shouting was very meaningful indeed. That's just what mountain climbers do, right? After all the hard work it takes to make it to the top, as you stand on the summit looking out at the vast scenery, it's not easy to resist the urge to release those emotions.
Esta montaña no es lo más mínimamente alta. Esto es lo que digo. Parece que las dos cosas es lo que vas a decir al final.
Exactly. You get me, partner. I was afraid that it would cause a disturbance, so I asked the locals around here, and they said it was fine. Apparently most hikers like to shout when they get to the top, so the locals are used to it by now.
Pero no estamos en la cima tampoco.
You see, it's not just me. I guess everyone shouts from the top of a mountain at some point in their life.
Speak for yourself.
When you're stressed, don't you ever just get the urge to do something for no reason?
Not really. If I ever get stressed, I just go hunting.
Oh, that's a pretty good way to relieve stress.
Ya, matar a otros seres vivos. Porque sí, bastante nice.
What I choose to hunt depends on my mood.
Huh?
Anyway, why don't you two give it a try? Shout anything you want. It's a real stress reliever.
As long as Paimon has clothes on her back and food in her belly, Paimon doesn't think there's any stress that needs relieving.
Yo sé más aguantarme.
Oh,
Vaya.
I bet you
Yo quería
guys
gritar.
are just too embarrassed to let loose. No need to be shy. Even Farina was shouting from the top of this mountain earlier.
Oh, Farina está aquí.
Huh? Did Paimon hear that right? Farina's also here? In Chaoyang Village?
Esta sí la
Believe in
conozco.
your ears.
O sea,
It
es
is
porque
indeed
tengo el
as you
personaje,
heard.
no porque la historia.
Actually, the reason we climbed this mountain in the first place was also because we heard the sound of shouting.
Vaya.
Yes, we could
Es una
just about
cadena
make out someone
interminable.
yelling things like, "Help me!" and "What should I do?" So we hurried up here to check it out. And what do you know? Miss Farina was standing right there, all red in the face. She practically sprinted back down the
Vaya.
mountain the minute she saw us.
Ah, that reminds me. I believe what she actually said was, "So help me, I will figure out what I should do about this script."
So you could actually hear what she was saying? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I thought someone was really in trouble.
Se ve súper cerca la aldea
I
desde
figured we
aquí.
would come check out the situation either way. Why not let her keep some privacy?
Oh, seems like you caught Farina in the middle of some stress relief as well. She probably would have never thought. No, she definitely would have never thought she would run into anyone she knew all the way out here.
Entonces, de pura casualidad están las tres estas de Fontaine exactamente en el mismo lugar.
Think so. We ran into Nervalet on the way here as well, but he was already on his way back, so they probably weren't together.
Ah, o sea, de cuatro. Están de pura casualidad aquí.
Nervalet was here too?
Ya.
What was he doing here? It couldn't have been for vacation.
I think it just might
A
have
Nubilet
been,
no lo
actually.
conozco.
But apparently he only stayed for half a
Tampoco
day
sé.
before heading back.
No sé nada de
He's
ellos.
a very busy man.
Supongo que la misión que me decían que tenía que completar era básicamente todo Fontaine. Termina Fontaine para que esta pequeña misión tenga sentido.
Industry recently? Maybe he was inspired to come buy some tea after reading that article. You know, just like you were.
My situation is completely different. I'm here because I was asked to accompany you.
Cuando haces una de estas misiones sin hacer las misiones previas de
Fontanians in your tea drinking.
conocer a todos los que participan en la misión, te sale la tarjetita esta de, oh, es X persona y tal. Si ya la conoces de antes, ya hiciste las misiones anteriores, no te sale la tarjetita de quién es.
It was just a spur of the moment.
No sé qué estaba diciendo, pero eso
Wagsley
está
gets
nice.
really invested in that sort of thing. But he couldn't care less about what he wins in the end. You could give him mint plants that you plucked from the side of the road, and he wouldn't even mind.
If only he was that easygoing when it came to talking business. In any case, I'm pretty sure the tea you bought is this region's specialty. What is it called again? Nervalet even mentioned it earlier.
Oh, ¿es esto? Es lo que le... El tipo este que le robó a...
Yes, that's the one.
You didn't really buy 10 boxes, did you?
Please, do I look like someone who would fall for that sort of marketing trap?
Ya.
That reminds me. You guys said you only came up here because you heard my voice, right? I hope it didn't put you out. You must have had other plans for the day.
Oh, that's right. Who tell? A few days ago, we heard that a friend was going to be in Chaoying Village, so we decided to come and see if we could run into her.
Oh dear. We've been chatting for quite some time. I'm sorry for keeping you.
Socia, ¿por qué socia?
That's good.
We should probably head out and look for Hu Tao.
No need to stay on our account. We just got up here, so we're gonna stay around for a little longer.
Go and meet your friend. We can meet up in Chaoying Village later.
Sounds good. We're gonna head down the mountain then. See you later.
Vamos a seguir aquí. Hola.
What do I have to do to get you to yell from the top of this mountain? Name your price.
You really want to hear it that bad, huh?
Vaya.
I'm just curious is all.
Pues
I have a
para
feeling
sacar
you'll
de
say
contexto eso
something amazing.
bastante.
I will pass. I prefer to let actions speak louder than words.
Vaya. ¡Picadillo! Ya está. Bueno, no sé. ¿Estará Juta o con...? Oh, sí, está con... Vale, está con... Espera, ¿es Juta o Morax y Furina? ¿Se van a encontrar estos dos dioses? ¿Se reconocerán? Porque sé que... Sé que se reconocen Morax y Venti. Pero no sé si... De hecho son los únicos dioses que he visto juntos. Sí, ahora que lo pienso, no sé si en otros eventos, porque no tengo jugando todo el tiempo que lleva el juego existiendo. Pero no sé si en otro evento haya sido lo de... Hasta ahora solo he visto a Morax verse y reconocerse con Venti. No no he visto ningún otro dios interactuar con ningún otro dios en la misma escena, en el presente, por así decirlo. Nunca la he visto, bueno, Raiden Shogun, no, nunca la he visto fuera de ahí y nunca la he visto en un evento en general. Entonces eso. Venti está en todos los eventos, Morax también. Nahida no la he visto en ningún evento hasta ahora. Y bueno, Furina, este es su primer evento, por eso.
Oh, well, that's fine too. Paimon doesn't care what kind of tea it is as long as it comes with some tasty snacks. Now, let's see what kind of yummy things we can find around here.
Me muero.
Paimon's not seeing things, is she? Is that Furina standing between Zhongli and Hu Tao?
Sí.
Wonder what they're talking about.
Me pregunto si sabrá que es...
knows a lot of stuff. Maybe he's telling Furina about Chaoying Village.
Furina...
Oh, or maybe Hu Tao is trying to rope Furina into being one of her clients.
Creo que Furina no es secreto que es una diosa, pero sé que Morax es secreto. Y Venti también es secreto. Ambos son secretos, Morax y Venti, y ambos se reconocieron y es como de, sé quién eres y tal.
Hey, this isn't the fortress of Meropide.
También, no sé qué es esto. También sé que es, ¿cómo se llama? Que son los dos más viejos que estuvieron durante el genocidio. Entonces eso. Pero y Nahida y Furina creo que no estuvieron durante el genocidio, entonces no sé si tenga que ver con que se puedan reconocer y tal.
But Paimon could be convinced for the right price. Let's say loser buys the winner 3 huge bowls of seafood kanji. Since Zhongli is there, Paimon bets things are pretty tame. It's decided then. Paimon votes for tour guide Zhongli.
Vale. Jutao en del otro.
No time to waste. Let's go see who's right.
Nada que ver. No es ni una cosa ni la otra, estoy seguro. Pero bueno. Me gusta mucho cuando hace eso.
Oh, great. Now Paimon's shouting too.
Oh, well, aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Seems like our luck just keeps on growing.
That we were able to meet you both without prior arrangement must mean that this is quite the serendipitous meeting
A ver,
indeed.
nos dijiste que ibas a estar aquí.
Oh, so both of you are acquainted with the traveler in Paimon then?
Vale, no sé.
I'm pretty sure you didn't learn that one from me. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised to see you here, traveler. But seeing as you're a hero who's been all over to that, it makes sense that you would be well-traveled and well-connected. Since we have found ourselves in each other's company within this fertile land,
Tierra
allow
fértil,
me to
what?
take this opportunity to wish you a happy lantern rite.
Esta tipa habla muy raro.
It appears you have been to Fontaine then.
No.
Given your proclivity to spread good deeds wherever you go, it's no surprise that you would make the acquaintance of a celebrity as illustrious and celebrated as Miss Furina.
That's quite
Entonces, ¿él
high
sabe?
praise. What I mean to say is, you flatter me, Mr. Zhongli. Although I've built up a certain following within Fontaine, it is no reflection of strength or wisdom. I stand before you right now as nothing more than an ordinary traveler in search of beautiful scenery and creative inspiration.
No la conozco, así que no sé si
There's
está
definitely more
actuando.
to Mr. Zhongli than meets the eye. I could tell as much from our conversation earlier.
Oh. Entonces no sabe ella, pero igual es sí que él sabe.
Given his breadth of knowledge on both academic and worldly matters, there's no way he hasn't heard about what happened in Fontaine.
No sé qué ocurrió en Fontaine. Yo no sé. Pero seguramente él sepa, pero ella no sabe.
Is he just feigning ignorance I simply won't have you talk about yourself that way. Oh, does that mean Hu Tao also knows?
No sé de qué dice.
You may not have heard, friends, but... Miss Hu Tao...
Igual y es secreto.
Miss Farina is now one of my esteemed clients. Yep.
Igual y es secreto que ella es una diosa. Vaya. Dije las dos cosas ahí también.
Guess Paimon will have to break into the hidden stash at the bottom of her shoe.
What the fuck?
What's this about winning?
Guarda dinero en los... Bueno, está
Don't
bien.
tell me you two were placing bets on us.
Sí.
We just saw you guys standing on the side of the road and couldn't help but take guesses as to what you were talking about.
Un perro.
Oh, I see. That means you, my friend, must have guessed that I was trying to promote my business to Miss Farina.
Sí.
That I do, my friend. What was Paimon's guess then?
Está viendo que decimos el perro.
Paimon thought Zhongli was showing the newbie around.
By newbie, you mean me, right?
If that's the case, then Paimon's guess was also correct.
Oh, that's right. Mr. Zhongli was telling me about some great sightseeing spots in the area.
Ha! You see? Paimon was right too! Since both of our guesses were right, there can't be a winner or a loser.
Vaya.
Hey, don't be upset, traveler.
Tú también estarías molesta si hubieras ganado y después te dijeran que no.
Paimon will also buy you a bowl. As for the third bowl...
Since I was the subject of the bet, perhaps it should go to me? You know, as a congratulations for the huge deal I just struck.
A ver, debería ser para Furina, porque ella es la que estaba en medio de los dos círculos de la apuesta. Pero bueno.
I was just joking. Anyway, I should be the one treating you. The funeral parlor is about to bring in quite the sum after all.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask
¿Cuánta gente has matado?
question. Did something happen recently, Farina?
Huh?
Oh, sí.
What do you mean?
La montaña. Claro.
Well, you know, with you enlisting the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor and all.
Oh, well, yes.
Really? Oh no.
¿Qué pasa?
Paimon is so sorry for your loss. Although Paimon may have not known the person, please accept Paimon's deepest...
Whoa, it's not like that, Paimon.
Huh? But Paimon just thought, since you hired the services of a funeral parlor and all...
Pero ¿por qué contrataría los servicios de una funeraria de otra región?
Paimon, it's not like you don't know me. Do I look like I know anyone who would ask me to coordinate their funeral? Miss Hu Tao is simply helping prepare some props for my film. Not too long ago, I read a collection of horror stories from Liyue. The content was spectacular. In fact, I still feel the need to sleep with the light on even now.
Vale.
Anyway, that's not the point.
Esta tipa le debería caer bien Yaemiko entonces, porque ella es escritora.
I figured it's about time the industry enjoyed a breath of fresh air. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll have to remember that for my ad posters.
Oh, Paimon sees. That makes a lot of sense. So, did you come to Liyue just to enlist the services of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor?
Well, not exactly. My original plan was to just relax and enjoy the sights. But then I ran into Miss Hu Tao and Mr. Zhongli, and well, you know the rest. I suppose it was meant to be.
It was a fated meeting indeed.
Zhongli sure loves his lofty turns of phrase. But if you ask me, it's all thanks to that man who stopped to ask for directions.
Oh? Who was it?
Ah, Nubilet.
It's someone you know. Wanna take a guess? What? How did you guess that on your first try?
A ver.
Very impressive.
Ya nos
my
dijeron.
friend. Your guessing game is spot on today.
El nuevo billete. Nubilet. De ojos suplicantes de Forina. Basta para convencerte que omites la parte de los gritos. Vaya. Eso se puede sacar de contexto bastante.
I'm sure he didn't get lost. Even I was able to find my way to this place without any trouble. He was already getting ready to leave by the time I arrived. He just wanted to ask someone about the quickest way to get back to Fontaine.
Yup, that's exactly what he asked. This area is full of mountains and rivers. It's normal to not know the fastest route.
Nadar es la forma rápida de todas. No conozco a Nubilet, así que no sé.
Of course. I'm also a guide of sorts, you know. So naturally, I also have a great sense of direction. But speaking of your friend...
What about him?
He doesn't get out much, does he?
Oye, no lo sé. No tengo ni idea.
He was stiff as a board and way too polite. I would have never guessed he was here on vacation if you hadn't told me.
Mucha gente lo compara con este men. No sé por qué. Pero...
Oh? This gentleman you speak of must keep a demanding schedule.
No,
I'm sure he does.
No sé.
You didn't see him, but he was dressed like he was about to attend some important meeting.
Entonces no lo vio.
It wasn't anything like what someone would wear on vacation.
Is that so?
Wait, you didn't see him, Zhongli?
¿Se habrían peleado? ¿Si se hubieran visto?
Unfortunately, no. At the time, it appeared as if Director Hu and Miss Farina were having quite the productive conversation. I know matters of business can take much discussion, so I decided to fetch some tea for them.
What a shame. That gentleman seemed like a sophisticated sort of guy. I actually think you two would have hit it off.
No creo.
Is that so?
Jugadas por cómo está actuando Zhongli, teniendo en cuenta la verdadera identidad de Nubilet. No sé cuál es la verdadera identidad de Nubilet. Zhongli lo evitó a propósito. Y entiendo. Y le dice a todos. Una lástima.
To borrow Miss Farina's turn of phrase, perhaps it just wasn't meant to be.
Creo que los dos son dragones. Pero no sé qué aparte de eso que... ¿Sabes? O sea, porque cualquier men se puede convertir en Dios. O sea, no tiene que ser un humano. De hecho, me parece que Evento ni siquiera era un humano, era un Sile de estos por ahí volando, creo, o algo así. Y no sé cómo se convirtió en un dios. Supongo que tenía mucho poder hasta que eventualmente le dieron un gnosis. Creo que se llama gnosis, no sé. Y de ahí se convirtió en un dios. O convertirse en dios esa parte y después consigues el gnosis. No tengo ni puta idea. Pero sé que diferentes especies pueden convertirse en dioses y tal. La gente me ama, pero bueno.
Well, that's certainly true. Oh, that reminds me. If you get the chance,
Yo supongo que los dos son dragones, solo que este men es un dios y el otro no.
Just tell him the Palais Mermonia isn't going to fall apart if he disappears for a few days. He shouldn't keep himself cooped up all the time. Even clams open their shells to let in fresh water every once in a while, right?
Oh, hay un cofre debajo del puente.
If he's really that much of a stickler for protocol, he can fill out a leave of absence request. He'd have to approve it himself since he handles that sort of thing now, but you know what I mean.
No.
Seems like this gentleman is also in charge of something pretty important.
El Supremo es el juez supremo de toda Fontaine, un hombre íntegro y justo. Es el demonio que controla todo el papel de Fontaine. Okay.
Yeah, sounds like a pretty uptight sort of guy, all right.
No sé nada de Fontaine.
A leader needs to be able to roll with the punches.
That also includes knowing when and what to prioritize. It seems like your friend still has a lot of growing to do.
If I remember correctly, he's already several thousands of years old. You're quite right, Miss Hutao.
No, están ahí atrás.
Oh? Traveler, Miss Farina, those two individuals over there appear to recognize you.
Sí.
Oh, it's Navia and Clorand.
¿Te imaginas que regresa el MNS y ambos se convierten en dragones y empiezan a pelear ahí súper épicamente en un evento, en plan, en el postgame de un evento?
And we're wondering if we could join in.
Please, excuse the interruption.
Oh, so polite. No apologies necessary. Any friend of the Traveler and Miss Farina is a friend of mine.
Ah, straight to the point. I like it.
Vale. Después de enfrentarse a la profesión de Interesada la profesión de Clorin, Hutao, Lebrinos. ¿Quién es Clorin? Sin embargo, una breve explicación de Furia y Navia. Hutao deja de lado ciertas ideas en su mente. ¿Qué es? Ah, es como cazadora. Y Hutao dice, pues te encargo matar gente y yo los entierro o algo así. Tendría sentido.
It's getting late. If we want to catch a boat back before dark, we should probably get going.
Indeed. Then, Miss Farina.
Oh, yes?
El perro sigue escuchando, pero ya se acostó.
Do you need us to escort you?
Oh, I don't think that will be necessary.
Va a regresar caminando. Por encima del agua se va caminando.
You're not my subordinate anymore. You don't need to look after me.
I didn't mean it that way. It's normal for friends to travel home together if they run into each other on the road.
There are a lot of mountainous roads in this area. I imagine they'll be even harder to navigate after dark.
Exactly. Just like in those ghost stories.
Pero ella ya sabe de...
8 paths converge in a wood. Beside them an old house is stood. If you dare to go inside, not a soul will greet your eye. But if you take a closer look,
¿Qué es esta perspectiva?
there may be something you mistook. A candle flickers to and fro, yet there is no wind to make it so. What is its secret? What could it mean? In this wood, where mystery
¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué está pasando? Vaya.
Hey, dear demoiselles, ladies, no, I mean friends, please take me with you.
Of course.
No sé qué fue eso, pero bueno.
Gotta say, Farina, you are really quite the character. By the way, did I hear you mention that Clorand used to work under you? Then you must have also been a leader at some point.
Well, that's, all in the past now. Besides, being a leader is hard. It wasn't the right job for me. I prefer
¿Me voy a spoiler
how
algo
things
aquí?
are now. I can come and go as I please, and get to enjoy the sweet taste of freedom.
I see. Well, you've certainly picked an apt place to relax. Chaoying Village is an exemplary choice.
Only the best. And I've learned a lot, too. Thank you so much, Miss Hutao and Mr. Zhongli.
It's fine. You've thanked us more than enough already. The next time you're in this neck of the woods, I'll treat you to some dim
Se enojará
sum.
Zhongli si le digo a esta mena que...
Dim sum.
Que también...
Is that some kind of Liyue
Es un
term
dios.
for snacks or desserts?
They are a part of it. It's basically a table full of as much tea, sweets, and good company as you can manage.
Oh, so it's basically a tea party. Sounds great.
Make sure to order the winter melon cake and the lotus flower crisp. They're so sweet and delicious. Paimon knows you'll love them.
Ooh, okay. I'll be looking forward to it then.
Wait, but didn't you guys say you were here on vacation? How come you're all going home empty-handed?
Of course I am.
Pero este lugar está
I
súper
bought
cerca de
tons of fun
Fontaine.
things to bring home with me. A kite, a parasol, a little tin frog that jumps. Oh, and a stuffed toy of a mythical beast. Chlorand is the one who didn't buy anything for herself.
So, all you're bringing back with you is that tea?
Este no es jugable,
And
que yo
some
sepa.
tea-flavored hard candies. They're for Seashween.
No sé
Chlorand
quién es
isn't much of a shopaholic.
Seashring. No
Well,
tengo ni
one of
idea.
us has to practice restraint.
Hey, I'm hardly reckless with my Mora. I'll have you know, all the purchases I made today were well within my budget.
Me?
Ha de ser súper rica esa tipa, ¿no?
Of course. I just had to try all the varieties recommended in the Steambird. Other than that, just some bits and bobs, you know. A little bit of this, little bit of that. They should all be things I can use, I think.
Nice. Se llevó 10 cajas ahí.
Now Paimon's even more confused. If you bought that much stuff, where did it all go? Into one of Linny's magic packets?
Oh, actually...
Monsieur Neuvillette took them with him.
Oh, so that's what happened. Wait, what? Why did he take them? He's not hoarding treasure, is he?
Vaya.
That's quite the imagination you've got there, Paimon. Monsieur Neuvillette just saw the amount of bags we had and offered to take them back for us. I felt a bit bad at first, but, I really did have a lot of stuff.
He even offered to deliver my gifts to the Fortress of Maripede for me once he's done with the day's work. Neuvillette is a man of his word. If he says he can do something, then he means it.
See, even Chlorand was happy to take him up on his offer. If even his trusty subordinate agreed, then who was I to refuse?
Wow, he seems like a real gentleman.
El perro sigue escuchando.
He's not as uptight as I thought. If only the funeral parlor had an employee as thoughtful, proactive,
Vaya.
and responsible as him. Right, Zhongli?
Vaya.
Indeed.
Cuidado con lo que dices.
Neuvillette offered to deliver her gifts to Risley. So if we go to the entrance of the Fortress of Maripede, maybe we'll run into Neuvillette.
Oh, siguen aquí.
But we don't know exactly when he'll show up.
Well, everyone, make sure that you've got all your belongings with you before we leave. If there's any souvenirs anyone still wants to buy, the time is now.
Reliable as ever, Miss President.
What is that supposed to mean?
Chlorand is right, though. You really are reliable.
It's not what she's saying, it's the way she's saying it.
I will say, I never thought you'd be so easygoing outside of work, Chlorand. The tone of voice you use when you're working doesn't exactly make you seem like the type who enjoys interacting with people.
Well, I try to keep my professional
le
and
está
private
flameando
life
aquí.
separate. That includes my behavior.
You take care now, traveler. Paimon. Ah, trying to act cool now, are we? Well, I guess it's not an act for you, is it?
You are indeed quite strong.
It's been great talking to you all. I'm really glad I decided to come to Chaoying Village. Maybe we could go on another trip together sometime?
Vaya, qué cool. Zhongli, ¿me acompañas? A ver al dragón ese.
That reminds me, a new year of work is about to begin. If there's anything you want to talk about, Zhongli, you know you can come to me. I'm all ears.
Patos.
Does the director have any concerns?
It just seemed like you were a bit preoccupied today, and much less talkative than usual. You barely said anything other than, "Is that so?" and "Indeed." If you ask me, I'd say you're having a midlife crisis.
Vaya.
You're getting to be
Ya la
around that
tuvo.
age, after
Acá,
all.
justo pasó por ella en la historia principal.
Ugh.
I jest. Given its distance from the city, Chaoying Village enjoys a much slower pace of life. Surrounded by such peace and tranquility, I also seem to have developed a proclivity for inactivity. I apologize for making you worry.
No es eso.
What do you think, traveler? Is this atmosphere putting you in a lazy mood too?
Esta gente es diferente.
Wow, you are getting really good at these kinds of lines.
Indeed.
Y repite lo mismo. A ver, dame eso. Soy malísimo con las rimas. Soy basura absoluta. A ver, vamos a ver dónde está ese men. No espera que... No me esperaba que el evento de... la linterna, que siempre es en... Libre. me hiciera venir a Fontaine. Pero bueno. Me pregunto qué es ese edificio de allá. No, ay, lag, vale. Todavía no he llegado ahí. Supongo que es parte de la historia, ¿no? Pero... no sé. ¿Cómo llego ahí? Será más fácil si... subo por aquí y después voy ahí. Me imagino, no lo sé. Bueno, esta es Fontaine, es la zona de la región. La tipa esa, Furina, es la diosa de aquí. Igual y es secreto que es la diosa de aquí. Pensaba que era algo público y que todo el mundo lo sabía. Igual y no. No lo sé. Puede ser. ¿Quién sabe? No tengo ni idea. A lo mejor solo la gente de Fontaine sabe. Y no... gente fuera de Fontaine. Vale, ahí algo. Ahí está este men. Hola, ¿qué es este lugar, por cierto? No sé qué es esto. Es un lugar cool, pero... ¿es una presa? ¿Aquí es donde filtran el agua para tomar? ¿O algo así? Es la primera vez que voy a hablar con él. Que lo veo en general.
Oh, it's you. It has been some time since our last meeting.
Juez supremo de Fontaine, conocido por su impecable imparcialidad y abnegación. Con tal de convertirse en un símbolo de la justicia absoluta, siempre muestra una actitud gentil y educada, aunque se asegura mantener cierta distancia con la gente. Ella tiene un fuerte sentido de la empatía. Puede que se considere a sí mismo como un personaje externo a todo lo mundano, pero tras ciertos cientos de años en la ópera y tras ser el testigo del inagotable repertorio de los mortales, parece haberse acabado convirtiendo en otro miembro más de la audiencia.
Few people frequent this location. Since I was able to conclude my work early for the day, I thought I might take a walk and avail myself of this area's peace and quiet.
You call this early? Do you always work this late, Neuvillette?
Strictly speaking, that depends on the agenda for the day. I am hardly bereft of time, however, so working late is of little consequence to me.
Really? If you have so much time on your hands, then why did you only go to Chaoying Village for half a day?
Se tenía que ir.
First, I should clarify that I was referring to my lifespan, rather than the time at my disposal on any given day. Second, I was unaware you possessed knowledge of my trip to Chaoying Village. I see. Thank you for informing me. Yes, they have been safely delivered.
I have to hand it to Clorant.
Este es Grio, de Slay.
Just a simple gift delivery, and she has the great
Grio el
Edex
Slay.
at her beck and call.
I was just passing through. It was merely an act of convenience.
No sé quién es este men, por cierto.
All right.
Este men,
Then
no sé quién
I
es, no sé
hereby
qué hace,
confirm
no sé nada de
receipt
él.
of the goods on behalf of the staff of the Fortress of Meripede.
A verbal receipt of confirmation? Is such a formality really necessary for a small matter such as this?
Guess not. This quantity of tea, though, seems a little excessive for a gift, don't you think? Before you know it, they'll start accusing me of taking bribes.
Si fueron 10 cajas al final.
About that. Much of that is my own excess, I'm afraid.
Oh? Why? What happened?
It was buy 10 boxes, get half off.
Nice. Le engañaron.
That
Increíble.
explains it then.
Get
Well,
scam,
go ahead
bro.
and leave them to me. I'll get through this stash as fast as I can.
You have my thanks. Oh, there's something else I'd like to give to you.
This is a stone slate, engraved with a symbolic design.
While that is an apt description, it is in actuality a legal codex.
A legal codex, huh?
Before the advent of modern writing utensils, information was recorded on stone slabs such as this. The law was no different.
Okay.
Por cierto, qué raro que no
Since
esté
ancient times, the scales of justice have symbolized the fairness and
Yanfei
impartiality of
aquí.
judiciousness.
Porque Yanfei es como
As a tribute to that sentiment,
la mejor
this
abogada
slate
del
was
juego.
designed after a traditional legal codex and engraved with a
Y
symbol
de
instead
cosas
of
legales
text.
y todo eso. Y no es,
During
y
my
este
travels
evento es de
recently,
Liyue
I
y
chanced
ahora
upon a
estamos
roadside
haciendo cosas
stall
en
offering
Fontaine
tourists the
y ella es de
opportunity to try
Liyue
their
y
hand at the ceramic
tiene
arts.
y Fontaine
So I
es el
decided
lugar
to have a
de las leyes y tal.
We joked with Claran some time ago about gifting you a legal codex. So, here you go.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
I did not expect you to remember it as well. In any case, I hope this can be considered as a reasonable attempt to join in on the banter.
It is a very good attempt. I suppose I shouldn't
No
be
sé de qué están
surprised.
hablando, por cierto.
Even your sense of humor centers around the law. That's an impressive level of commitment. Well, a gift of this significance deserves to be put on display, and I know just the place. Front and center in the fortress's showroom.
Ah, surely there's no need for such a grand gesture.
Se está doblando su pendiente de su cuello.
Like a showroom,
¿Lo vieron?
but we do have a storage room.
Porque está girando la cabeza y está
rigueado
rigueado al modelo.
That sounds good to me.
¿Ven cómo se está doblando? ¿Esto que tiene que ser sólido?
So that's what you were doing in Chaoying Village.
Se ve la luz, por cierto.
Indeed.
Empezó a llover muy
Of course,
fuerte.
while I was there, I also took the opportunity to taste the local spring water. The aftertaste is much purer than what I have delivered to me in Fontaine. It stands to reason that the long-distance transport has a tendency to imbue the water with extraneous emotion. If you want to experience the true flavor, you simply have to go to the source. Perhaps I should organize some time off to do the same elsewhere.
Pero el agua pura
When
no
we
sabe
are of the
nada.
same mind, it appears my desire is justified.
If you say so, but you know you don't have to justify a vacation, right? You can just take one. After all, you're hardly bereft of time. You can do whatever you want.
Vaya.
You're quite right. I suppose I suffer not from a lack of opportunity, but rather a lack of inspiration. However, after reading a few articles about Liyue's holiday traditions, the idea popped into my head and made itself quite at home. Seeing as I was free of responsibilities for the morning, I decided to depart at once. Refreshing. My spontaneous outing seemed to inspire quite a few other spontaneous decisions as well. Take, for example, my foray into ceramics. At first, soil from the ground is granular and unforgiving, but add the right amount of water, and it becomes soft, moldable, and able to take shape. In the past, I never thought about how quotidian vessels were crafted, but now I have participated in their very making. This is also something I made today.
¡Oh, qué cool! ¡Qué cool! Es del meme este de los cucharones estos para tal, porque son dinosaurios. ¡Qué cool! Vaya.
That's a ladle? Paimon thought it was supposed to be some long-necked sea creature.
Es
Was
Nessie.
indeed one of my inspirations. Really? You like it?
Ya es
To
bastante
tell you the
nice.
truth, given your unexpected arrival, I find myself quite unequipped to give you the welcome you deserve. Around such an important holiday such as this, human custom would dictate that gifts should be in order.
¿Me
But
vas
I'm
a dar la
afraid
cuchara?
this is all I can offer. If you'll have it, that is.
Mm,
That is precisely why it would do me such a great honor if you accepted.
qué cool, tengo una
You are most
cuchara.
welcome. Happy Lantern Rite. Approve a leave of absence request from
Ve cómo se
myself.
estira el
That
pendiente
sounds
este.
like it could easily
Cuando
lead to a
respira.
vicious cycle of self-indulgence, something which couldn't be in further
Es
violation of
por el
protocol.
rigging. Que
But
tiene que afectar menos
suppose I understand her
a
point.
su alrededor, el esqueleto del modelo.
My proclivity to refrain from personal
Pero
outings
eso,
does
si
in
hacen eso,
part
igual y
originate
causa
from a sense of
problemas
responsibility toward my duties.
en los lados del
But it
cuello
is
y
also
aquí
due to a
en
lack of desire to
el...
engage in the human world.
al lado de los...
But
entre el
now I
hombro y
see
el
that the
cuello.
human world is
Entonces igual y
indeed
por eso no
full
lo
of
hicieron.
many interesting places to discover.
Qué cool. Tengo una cuchara. Ahí tengo una cuchara, qué cool. Vale, voy a ir aquí. No sé si puedo nadar aquí. Parece que sí. A ver. Vale, sí. ¿Hay algo aquí importante? Parece que esto es un lugar importante. Igual y se desbloquea más adelante, quién sabe. Qué cool. Sale a la aldea. Sale a la aldea, no sé qué, pero ya estoy fuera de la aldea. No, pues nada. Ya está durando bastante el video. Igual y lo parto en dos esto. Puede ser. Es bastante probable. Mayormente ha sido diálogo esta segunda parte, pero... vale, para allá. Pero está cool ver cosas que no había visto de los personajes nuevos y eso. Un pez. Un similar al adéptico que nos dio el Adeptus. Pero ya terminé lo de esto. ¿Esto es algo aparte? Ah, vale, sí. Ya me iba a poner a hacer una misión que no tiene nada que ver con nada de esto. Sigue la carpa dorada. ¿Esto de qué es? Vale, si esto es completamente aparte. Les pide que investiguen problemas. Vale, sí. Esto es está a punto de hacer algo que no tiene nada que ver. Vale. Qué cool. Qué cool. Voy a ver la cuchara esa. A ver. Tengo... What? Completa la misión, el engaño de la de las estrellas. What the fuck? ¿Qué es eso? Pero pude entrar a la tetera cenada. Ah, la que activé por accidente del men este. Ah, vale. Ok. La del tipo emo Sasuke este. La activé por accidente. Y ahora tengo que avanzar un poco al menos para... tengo que avanzarla al menos un poco para poder volver a entrar a... Por eso no me deja entrar en modo... Ah, por eso no puedo salir del modo... Entrar a modo multijugador. No era por el evento, era por esto. Ah, vale. Entiendo. Vale. Pues nada. Vamos a... volver aquí. Y eso fue como el prólogo de tal. La verdad es que como no he jugado Fontaine, la verdad es que no sé, no conozco a los personajes ni de qué nos están hablando. Pero todo lo que fue aquí en Liyue, que ya lo conozco, estuvo muy cool. Así que eso. Todo esto que ya conozco de Liyue y los personajes que ya conozco de Liyue y todo esto, pues como ya los conocía, pues ya fue más fácil de entender todo lo que estaba pasando. Pero como lo otro de Fontaine no tengo ni puta idea, pues no entendía muy bien. Oh, estos no son... Estos no son unos que... están en Mondstadt, que son como amantes. ¿Crees que habrá algunas cometas que una vez esas bolas no se puedan recuperar? Supongo, incluso si es capaz de controlar el hilo, el viento no te dejará hacerlo. Bueno, eso qué tal si vamos a comprar una cometa. Nunca he hecho volar una, así que no sé qué tal irá. Si hacemos una juntos. He visto niños discutir sobre motivos que quieren dibujar a las suyas, así que puede que no sea tan difícil hacerlo juntos. Claro, intentémoslo. Estos creo que son de Mondstadt, que aparecen desde el primer parte del juego. Creo que algo así. Me suena, al menos por los colores de la ropa y tal. Creo. Bueno, en fin. Pues nada, voy a irlo dejando por aquí. Está bastante cool. Estuvo bastante cool el evento. Me gustó muchísimo. No sé si más que el del año pasado. Creo que el del año pasado me gustó un poco más. Pero la diferencia no es mucha. La diferencia no es mucha, sin duda. Sin duda la escena de este. Sí, la escena de este evento me gustó mucho más que la del año pasado, porque obviamente, o sea, el tipo ahí caminando en el agua y la tipa está levantando unos cometas. Fue mejor la escena de este año que el pasado. Pero la escena del postgame, del postgame, no, del prólogo del año anterior fue bellísima. Me gustó un huevo. Era todo aquí dentro comiendo con Paimon y cosas así. Fue increíble, me gustó un montón. Así que eso. Así que nada más por eso diría que me gustó más en general la del año pasado. Pero solo por ese prólogo. Y la diferencia, como digo, no es mucha. Perdón, en fin. Pues nada, es la primera vez que termino de subir un evento a YouTube. Que ya he grabado como 3. Pero siempre los termino borrando porque no me alcanza la memoria y tengo que borrar cosas y tal. Y en vez de subir es que eran muchos videos. Entonces eran como, yo qué sé, unas 20 partes o algo así. No sé. De un evento nada más. Del archipiélago de la manzana. Me arrepiento mucho de no haberlo subido. Porque fue muy cool. Bueno, en fin, pues nada. Muchas gracias por haberse quedado al final del video. Lo aprecio mucho. Y ya tiene más de un año de eso. Pero bueno, en fin. Espero que les haya gustado. Y denle like.